Chapter 9 I Didn't Know, 2. Kang. The blade infused with black energy looked truly ominous and sinister. However, if one knew that this was a Demon Knight skill, one would realize that there wasn't a more suitable effect for such a skill. Kirk. Hiding behind that shield of yours makes you seem like a little turtle. You little. The priest gritted her teeth at my provocation and lifted her mace again. God is with me. Suddenly, a glowing light scattered through the dark forest, embracing the mace as its source. I couldn't remember the skill's name, but it looked like an attack buff, perhaps. No, was it actually a defense buff? Anyway, the pain from her attacks didn't seem much different to me. However, because of our poor compatibility, the priest's attacks did an additional 30% damage. As such, I quickly stepped back. I didn't know how big our level difference was, but I could see more than half of my HP bar disappearing in just one hit. It would have been better had I been careful from the get-go. Thump, thump. Rather than continuing to attack me, the priest transmitted more light by tapping her shield with her mace. That was a total cheat. In the original, I could only buff one of my weapons. Harp. Then my opponent, who rushed forward with her large rectangular shield stuck to the ground, swung her mace. The attack wasn't too difficult to evade. Because priest-type classes were usually more focused on strength and agility, they were often slower. However, just because my opponent couldn't hit me properly didn't mean I had the advantage. I couldn't get any hits on my opponent either, all because of that stupidly large shield she was carrying. You coward. What was cowardly was that she was constantly hiding behind that shield, guaranteeing a 100% guard rate. I couldn't cause any damage to her unless I somehow managed to penetrate that thing. Even if I tried to attack her back, she would simply follow my movements and turn around with her shield. However, even without it, her metal armor provided a strong defense. Even her backside was armored. She really was an infuriating priest. How about aiming for her head? I pondered as I stared at her entirety, feeling aggravated. She wasn't wearing a helmet, so if I stabbed her head with one of my swords, it would be fatal. How could I pierce such a massive shield? There was no way I could do something like that. If I pressed down on it with a strong force or something. A skill. Would it be possible if I used a skill? Even if her guard rate was 100%, if I struck the shield strongly enough, I could knock it out of her hand. TSK.